smash that person in the gut. Oh wow! Yeah, that was a big that's terrible. Back then we had stainless steel revolvers. Yeah. And I was.
All right, I'm back and we got sound now. So here we go.
So I was telling the other guy I was driving at one time I had
It's muted again? What in the world is going on? Okay, how about this?
When you got here, where did you meet your son and Jennifer? We apparently blew up at the same time. Five-ish, and she called and asked if Stefan was with me, and I said no. Why? Well, he's not here. Oh, we'll go down the lobby and see if he's there. How long has he been gone? 25 minutes. Okay. I said, go check the lobby. Then I started to think about it and called back and I said, you have a no, I don't. So then she said, well, they just called me. They're going to be out here within the hour and so. Oh, shit. So I drove out there. So it's probably out to the hotel because I was at my office. Oh, okay. Over off of Westwood. And I just grabbed my stuff and said, I'm going to go out there in case you guys showed up. I wanted to be there. So it showed up by the time I got there, and about 30 minutes later, he finally showed up and I read him the fucking letter. Did he say where he was? Well, he had an energy drink in his hand. Said he got lost. For today, I'm assuming it's not. So, take a seat. Yes. What's the next you take to go?
You know what? Listening to Stefan Stearns' father speak about his son and just in general, I kind of get the feeling that when he was growing up, when Stefan was growing up, his mom really coddled him. and took up for him and like didn't really discipline him. And so the father was more of a disciplinarian, but I think he was blocked from actually disciplining Stefan by Stefan's mother. And I think that has a lot to do with the way that he turned out. Because his father is just, he cut. I mean, he tell it like it is.
179.
So we have more than enough reason that Stefan. Our concern is given the proximity to your home. What we're trying to find out is if she's just hanging out at your house and just want to get her somewhere safe, you want to put eyes on her, make sure she's okay.
She's not in our house with my wife. Well, there's something still.
Anybody at your house?
Yes, they got something. You raised standard. You raised standard. Oh,
So I'm wondering if they actually were trying to find out if Madeline was at their house or if this was just something that they were saying to pull information from the father, because I think they found the video where they said they believe Madeline was deceased on day one, on the 26th. So maybe and this interview takes place on the 28th. So I'm thinking maybe they're just saying something, putting stuff out there to try to pull information from the father.
and it all. Except they were not told something. House, transparent. I think that's what time did the dogs go fully alert last night? Yeah.
3:19 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you guys have a when I left last night, wasn't flashing. And the battery's been in, I think, for 4 years. So I told them, I said, hey, that keypad doesn't seem to be working. It's not working. So if you go out the garage, or you need to come back into the garage with remote control. But she said the dogs went forward through the team. We were at the hotel through the box, so there's no way you could work for it. How do you?
So in the communications law person down there trying to look at something. Did you already send something to talk to Mike?
Yeah.
I'll coordinate that. So she's home now.
What?
Yeah, so we're working the missing person investigation currently. So
Well, let me get present so he's it's going to be noisy. The 5 standard rules. How is it? No, it's upstairs. But, good. No, it's upstairs. It's just, our backyard's gated. They're going to come over and want to search the house for apparently secondly we took down to Northport last night. Yesterday, this morning, I should say. I don't know. But there's a storage unit, but you wouldn't have access to the keys to the storage because I have the only key to it. And that would have been locked in my car and you would have had it down my room.
I don't understand why he's saying he has the only key to the storage unit, because in another place he says that he was given 2 keys when he got the storage unit and one of them is missing. So I'm not sure why he's saying he has the only key.
He doesn't have a key. He took Jen's key. It's in my console. Can you check on that? Look. Well, is the key in the basket? Well, look at the basket. The key in the console. Hang on a second. You said the key in the console. It's like that. Yeah, so one. Yeah. Want me to go over? Yeah, this is. Yes, she's gonna take it out.
This interview sounds like they did it outdoors.
Whatever. See, that's it. Bill, watch out. Oh, you go away. No, it's there. Oh, no, that's okay. It's just, yeah, right there.
That's the only key you
That's the
have
only
to
key.
store.
Yeah. There's supposed to be two keys, but I haven't seen that key yet.
Is his name on the storage unit at all?
No, it's not.
He can't show up and say, "Hey, what's the key? Can you
No.
get access to it?" Here's your waters.
Oh, thanks.
So, other than the storage unit in your house, could you see any reason for Stefan to go down? Does he have friends down there? Other family members?
All the family members, he's got some friends or acquaintances that he plays whatever board games and stuff.
Like video games or
No, it's a board game.
he plays like card games and that's
Yeah, he's painted all these caricatures and what have you. He's got, some awards and recognitions for stuff. But what time did you catch him on the camera then?
he knows exactly what it is. So I don't want to misspeak, but it was really aware that.
So I went to bed.
How long did it take you to get from Orlando to there?
Well, with no traffic out last night, 2.5 hours. But if you're dealing with traffic early this morning, you're going to be looking at close to 3.
Yeah.
Because the traffic on I-4 getting out of here, and then you catch up to 75, and then you catch up to Bradenton. And
What ways can you go?
so you go through the center of the state.
Turnpike?
No, center of the state. Technical colleges on I-4.
Okay.
Get there, and then you go down like 27. Go center of the state. You go down the center of the state and avoid all that bullshit.
27 to one second.
So I don't pay attention. I just follow. You're going down really state. Head towards 75, Kings Highway, and then you go up north to Toledo.
That's good.
Right. Hey, listen, I grew up here. Went to Winter Park High.
What brings you down to Northport?
Well, we build homes in 6 cities on the road for the company. And we started in Lafayette. So I was actually on the coast, and then I went over to look at some homes we were building in Northport. Oh, this is beautiful. I love it. It's rural. And I said, and I expected it to mirror our experience in Palm Coast, but had a bit of a rocky start. Right now, I got 100 homes that are going to be completed. Market's changed. I love to celebrate that. But I went down there because I thought it was a better area. The whole West is a great area, a booming area. It is. I think Northport was rated the second fastest growing city last year.
Just got to get these Yankees to come down and buy some homes.
Yeah, everybody's stuck in their homes. Well, they love those 2% interest rates, which will never go away. And they'll never repeat.
They'd be foolish to get rid of those.
Yeah. Well, the Northerners coming down here will, because they want to get the hell out of the court.
So when you read on the Riot Act, what do you mean by that?
I said, what the fuck are you doing? I said, if they came here, you were here, they would immediately put a bolo out and find you and arrest your ass and just haul you off to jail. Is that what you want? And so I said, I'm just so fed up at this point. Right? But obviously there's something here because I've been here almost 6 hours. So yeah, I've been here 6 hours. So something's going on. But he spent a lifetime lying to us, and it's just never gotten better. And he fed me some bullshit the other day, and before I left the house the other night, I turned to my wife and said, "Do we really know Stefan? Can we honestly say we really know?" And
Dad really don't play the radio, man. He just tells it like it is, and I can imagine him going in on Stefan.
she got really kind of offended, offensive a little bit. I said, "No, I'm not saying that you did something, but can we honestly say we really know?"
So the other day.
Well, when I left yesterday, when I left last night, I said, "Hey," I said, "Do we really know? Is he capable of doing something harmful to things?"
Why would you suspect that?
Because some inconsistencies that phone calls he had with me didn't add up. Okay, so I'll give you the sequence. He calls me mid-afternoon, 3ish, maybe 3:45 or something, and say, "I just had a flat tire." Okay, how the fuck did you get a flat tire? You just drove over. You took her, maybe you run it there. Go out to get a flat tire. If the tire was so flat, we drove on it and ran the section. He ran the rubber right off the wheel. So he had to travel a good distance to do that. And then he pulled into a shopping center, and I said, "Was the donut in there?" "Yeah," swapped it out and almost crushed my thumb. I said, "Okay."
No shopping center,
Oh.
and where he picked up the flat, or
I have no idea. So then, yeah, I don't want to talk someplace else.
you want to put Jen in the
Truck, Jen, you might sit in the truck a little bit while we finish talking
In the truck?
Yeah, that's fine. Or wherever you're comfortable. Before they come, or wherever you guys. How long we're gonna be? And we're done. It's been a while already.
So Jennifer was there for this interview.
All right. Yeah, take them out. So then, okay, so then around 5 o'clock, I get this call, and he's telling me about, well, there's been an incident, and then he tells me that he dropped her off. And I said, "Well, tell me what you mean by that." He said, "Well, I dropped her off. She doesn't want to be seen to be off at school because you're not driving a school bus car." "Oh, okay, so you're not driving a Lamborghini. Drop her off the trips." "Okay, drop her off." He said you watched her through the rearview mirror, walk towards school, and then he left. And I said, "Okay." And so now you're finding out when you went to pick her up that she wasn't there. And everybody's just discovering this at the end of the day, how many hours later? Okay. So then, Patrick, when I had the conversation about stuff, so I said, okay, well, they're going to want to know where your whereabouts were because you're the last person that saw her, so they're going to want to know. I said, "Did you have your phone with you?" "No." "Why would you have your phone?" "I just forgot." I said, so then he tells me that OSI, not that he died. And I said, "Okay." And he said, "Wipe the phone out." "How is that?" I said, "Oh, it's automatic." He said, "Yes," and that's it. And that's it. And it doesn't say that you do. Well, I was multitasking, and I hit the wrong button and it reset. And I questioned it. And I said,
He tried to run that on his dad, and his dad called him out on it immediately because his dad knows that he was fine about that OS reset.
So there were some inconsistencies there. So why would that phone be? And I asked him last night, Well, you guys wanted the phone. I said, is there any reason why you would want to give him the phone? No, I don't think so. I said, okay, give him the phone. I don't know. Is there something on the phone?
Has he ever suffered from like mental illness or anything?
Like what?
Mental illness?
He?
No, not actually.
Oh, oh, okay. When he was 8, he and a friend were playing in a parking area, and a guy came out, got in his Toyota pickup truck, said hello to the kids, and then backed up home. And they both were run over, but he got hit in the mouth, in the head with the bumper, and he had a slight tick. He had separation anxiety, so slept with us for a while, and finally I said, "No, you got to go to your own bed and get over that." He would go over to a neighbor's home and spend the night and show up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning wanting to come home. But as far as
Nothing diagnosed or medication.
well, he's been seeing a psychiatrist or psychologist or something. He's been on anxiety meds, depression, or what have you. I have no idea what they're talking about. Because obviously they don't share that with me. But he's battled a number of things: depression, anxiety.
As a child or as a
As a maybe as a child and as an adult, more severe.
was he
And
able
he
to,
suffers from sleep apnea.
was he able to complete school no problem?
Well, depends on who the figure. My mother, his mother, and we did online school and she ended up also
Be able to college? What do you do for work?
I've had him work with me in a variety of ways. When we were here in Orlando from 2010 to 2013, I did what they call VPOs. They're kind of like appraisals. I did 15,000 of them. And him and his friends go out and take these photos. And it was always a challenge to get his ass out of bed and go to work. No motivation. No motivation. So, and after that, that work went away. I got involved in various projects around the state of Florida. I worked at Quiznos for a while. That didn't last long until he wrecked his car. So he's been living with us, and we tried to get him out of the house to go work. Came down to Northport. He stayed there, Jeff. So while we were down there until December of last year, he lived with Jeff. And then I was supporting him in Orlando, and I said, I'm not going to do this thing. Got to come back. And I was trying to create an opportunity for him down there, but then realized then I'm trying to get his ass out to the job at whether it was a Home Depot or something. That's 7. We're coming there to see if she's hiding in the house.
Yes. What we like is given that like to make sure I get password to every page hang out here.
Well, she's been sorting out her schedule. He lives like
And you said there's a different link camera, right?
well, I forgot to tell you, I switched. Hey, Northport Police is going to stop by the wellness check type of thing. We're going to see them. If somehow,
her name. But you know what? You know what stopped you from getting in the house? You didn't have a garage door opener. The front door lock is not working well.
Yeah.
And I'm the one on the slider.
okay. All right, so I'm with the detectives, and they're sending Northport Police over to do a check to make sure that she isn't dead. Okay, so you may want to alert the dogs. But
I'm
they're really
I got that.
okay.
Just tell them it'll get noisy.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna let you go.
They're good guys. They do have a plan with them. As far as I'm saying, it's one now.
there's a house to the right of me, and to the left, to across the street. That's I-75. At 7:45, it was in well lit. There would be traffic, small amount of traffic going up and down the street, because it's stuff that comes to it. And so there's people always from that.
But this is no HOA.
Also, there's a very Woodward, yes.
Your address.
The satellite view, you'll see there's wooded lots all around. So next to me, there's a new house in Soretta. There's my house, and then to the left there is wooded lot. There's a lot of wooded lots before my house, and then you run into one or two houses.
So go back to the cameras. You were going to say something.
Okay, so I did Comcast, and I had the Skybell hooked up to Comcast.
Okay.
And I realized when I kept seeing this orange light, I said, shit, I gotta move this over. It's a pain in the ass. Move it over to the Frontier Communications versus Comcast. So I've got to.
So the cameras weren't working for the last.
No, because we discontinued service. And in fact, the motor's sitting in my office.
Do you think your son's capable? I know it's a hard question to father.
I wasn't a hero how well do we know? And nothing would surprise me at this point. I don't know. Is your wife at home? Yes, we're biological. I wouldn't say anything's possible. I don't know. I mean, there would have to be some ulterior motive for some reason. Was there a motive?
Well,
His dad's trying to fish information out of the
No.
police now.
we're trying to find her. Something she wants. So
Well, this press conference indicated that she had some comments on social media about I want to live in the woods. Was that accurate or
it was. Well, we're not going to put anything inaccurate out there. That's just my issues.
But I asked Jen about that. She said, yeah, we had a conversation about the word closure. Yeah. The Palestine-Israeli situation. That's what this is.
So that was more of a fictitious. If doomsday happens,
Yeah.
sweetheart, where are you going to? Yeah, is that accurate?
I don't live in the woods. I said, I don't. She don't live in this town by herself. I would. My idea of roughing it is Howard Johnson without a pool. Why didn't he get Yeah. To go forward out some tax laws. Not that much room in there. I mean, you could stash a body. That's the case. But as far as I know, I have the only key. Yeah. Or two keys issue, and I haven't seen the other key. So,
Is there a chance they can have that too?
if I would say
There's always a chance.
there could be a chance because he stole it. And why he would want it is beyond me. Because all his stuff is that he has, guitar or what have you, stuff is very bad. He didn't want that. So I've ended up trying to take out our collection and stuff, all the other stuff there. And he would, or would I think he'd spend the time to pull shit out of there.
What did you think about it?
My impression is that he loves the shit out of it. And very upset Monday when he was talking to me. He was sobbing and blaming himself for her disappearance. And he was just, I could tell he was just going to be an emotional wreck.
Did you ever have discipline her?
How long was that? It's hearsay. You know, he may have yelled at her because the Jen and Jen told me this. That Jen,
Did you ever have expensive, maybe during the holidays or whatever, where you go with the whole family?
they came down for Thanksgiving. My wife and
During those times, what's your plan?
themselves except
And then
Jen. And they would spend the bulk of their time there. Times to play with the dogs. They would bring Sailor with them. And they'd go into the bedroom and maybe read a book or watch a movie together, hang out.
okay. And nothing, I mean, you were a cop, nothing you noticed that would be alarming.
I didn't notice anything out of that.
Okay.
Then just go back to the store, check in your check store. Your code this morning to access the store. I have what PD in front of your storage. I know we're in kind of a weird situation. Are you all right if they end up breaking the lock to get in there to make sure? Yeah. Okay. So, he just asked, I just heard it. He just asked Mr. Stern if he's okay with this breaking. So here,
We're working on that down there. And this is statewide. This is Richmond.
Yep.
So a lot of people are going above that beyond.
Yeah. I didn't even know he had. I don't know how he would have gotten.
That's interesting. What's your code? Sure. What do you mean?
I think. But that's so.
Yeah, you mind what
You're the left signature and easy. I think. You pay your code.
what comes that out?
Whatever. She would.
And Jen was with full time, right? So
When I don't know. I don't know where Jen was when she called me at 11.
Okay.
At 11. She said, "Hey, Stephen's not here."
Okay.
So then he made up this story of getting lost and whatever. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Is this the sheriff's office? There's no way this is the sheriff's office.
No, it was just opening up.
Down 33rd. That's right. There was a sheriff.
They'll call it.
No. I would. Well, we have pictures. We have shrines of past sheriffs all over. I'm sure we'll see them.
He was a good guy. He was saying, I guess we should say that.
Yeah.
You know, what was it paid after? I think it was maybe
Yeah, but that was a good job, man.
well, you know, it was fun. I tell you what, once you get it in your blood, everybody comes. So I Campbell Street from Jacksonville to Orlando. Yeah. And I'm taking this talk back some at the office in Jacksonville to take somebody all the time.
Yeah. And we'll just hang out here. So he doesn't have property. Okay.
So I pull up 456, 79. Stupid passes everything. And as I'm approaching the intersection, this guy is leaving. And so we go to the intersection, and this guy's leaving. And then I notice that the guy's running twice a day. And this guy just over his, he hit this guy.
Oh no.
He hit him. 7 times. I went running up to I drove up to him and he pulled into the industry liquor line for whatever reason and turned around and looked. So thank you very much. I got your face. I've got your license plate. I got it okay for because that's what you did there. And called out about the said, told him what happened. I said, this is where you're looking for it, you know.
Hey, is that remote right there? We turn this thing on? Yeah.
And so I'm like, there's a lot of I didn't get out of there. And I get outside of Jacksonville. Stop.
Yeah.
I'm now stuck at 95 at 3 a.m. I got to be at the office. If sales come back, take me up to took stuff. And I said, thank you, Lord, appreciate that.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit.
Yeah. So are you guys still residing in Orlando part-time? You mentioned something off of Westwood.
Well, that's where our corporate office is.
That's your corporate office.
And so when I got up this morning, I went over there, beat up with everybody, and kill some time because since I think now I
Sure.
sit around
Sure.
waiting for whatever.
Just sitting in a parking lot.
It is. But it just like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, it would surprise me if somehow he stole out of my car. Because I got all the keys there.
Okay.
So I had.
Does he have access to your car?
He would, because I would keep it on my desk. To go in there.
And when was the last time he was at your house in Northport? Was it over the weekend? For her birthday?
So I moved him back down from December. Okay. To try and get him started on everything. Okay. So I'm trying to work on some other things. So he visited them. He lied to me about this. He visited them maybe 6 weeks ago, maybe a month ago.
Yeah, who visited?
Jen.
Okay.
And on water friction. And he will extra cash. Okay, where are you going to be back? I'll be back later today. So I get an alert that told me that. On e-pass, I don't know where to go. How specifically?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, storyline?
Yeah.
But he was in Orlando until 3 o'clock Sunday. Then he left the school. I told him, that's what I told him. He had to take care of his room, take the best out of there. He did that. He got up there at 6:30.
So I was kind of overhearing the conversation. Would it be safe to say and accurate that your son had no rights to this storage unit at all?
If he asked my permission, I would allow it.
Did he ever ask the permission? Okay.
And again, like I said, I mean, this is easy.
Yeah.
I was like, it was.
So was he staying with kind of in Northport?
Yeah.
Up until now.
I moved him back in December because I couldn't afford.
Okay, so from December to today, essentially. Okay. All right. Where was he staying up here with Jen?
Yeah.
Okay. I just realized we just left Jen downstairs. Should have keep your truck. Yes. Oh, just let's duck out. Okay. Alright, so he stays down there, and how often does he come up here to visit Jen and Maddie?
I think since we left in December, this will be the second, maybe third. Second, maybe third.
Okay. So December, February, almost March, second of it. So maybe once a month. Would that be fair?
He actually went in December, Christmas night. I always think about it because he was not included in the family outing, but he was there. So then he made this photo trip there, and then he made this so 3 times.
Okay. She stays at it. So, has she been staying there?
And he rented, and they. Which I ended up having to pay.
Renting a room within the same apartment?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Jen's father rents the hotel.
And does Jen's father live there? Or does he
No.
lease the apartment and then sublease the rooms?
Well, he owns the townhouse and he rents out the rooms and charges his father rent.
Gotcha. That makes more sense. Yeah. Because for some reason, I came into this towards the tail end of the investigation. For some reason, I thought he was living in that apartment like today.
Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah, he just visited.
All right. You guys going back home tonight?
No, I hope to work tonight. I didn't know what was going to happen today, so I hope to work for the second.
Okay.
But I have to agree. You know, you could see that he's physically exhausted and worn out. Matter of fact, I heard a comment when I was talking to him that he was falling asleep in a car on the way to the hotel. So I figured he get in bed, crash and burn, and that would be it. It's pretty ballsy to assume that Jen would sleep through the entire night and not wake up and find he wasn't there.
I don't disagree with you.
Because up there at 10:45, she calls and said it's definitely help. And he said, well, he hasn't been here for 25 minutes.
That's probably, I'm assuming like she woke up, spent 25 minutes, he hadn't shown up.
Yeah, expecting him to turn.
Yeah.
And then he showed up maybe towards 11:30. Yeah, maybe it was 11.
Yeah.
That was really close. Obviously, something. I'm afraid to even say it. Think that just it's just many inconsistencies here, and his behavior is indicating something else is going on. Why would he spend nearly 6 hours driving down to go to North Point to the store? Well, I mean,
Hopefully
we're trying.
hopefully we may be able to figure that out.
He was in Jen's car. Have you asked him?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we talked. So
I'm inside of the.
let me check on them. Don't wander off too much. Pausing the recording at 10:15. So surreptitious recording with Mr. Stearns. My name's Corporal Richards, also 1012 was with me was Corporal Evan Avilla and Kissimmee Detective. No, go ahead.
So we're actually gonna go ahead and use this example. We're not gonna slow down aspect ownership all that way. We should to do what's best for and to make sure that we're above board. So very appreciate your cooperation. We're not gonna burn our efficiency. Does she want to associate? Does she want ever goes to associate? No. No, she's never been to that school.
How does he know the code to the code store unit? Was it written down somewhere?
So I was thinking about that earlier. So, there's a note incident. So I got a call from the storage unit 2-3 weeks ago telling me that they were running an audit of the units because there was going to be an inspection or something, and my unit wasn't properly locked. So the way it works is that the slide mechanism that unlock it and unbolt it from the hinge, then you have to push it back and then insecure it over the 2 holes. And they said it wasn't properly locked, and they had flagged it, and I needed to go and fix it. So I went over there, opened it up, looked at it, everything's fine, and then locked it properly. And I was thinking, maybe there's a chance that they're got pretty handle about it. And so, I don't know.
So 50-50 chance you did what? What is it?
Pardon?
A 50-50 chance you did what?
I may not have locked it properly, or maybe now that I'm aware they possibly had a key to it, they do it.
Okay.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Has he ever done something?
There was something wrong with that.
Okay. So he could have a code for that.
Maybe he threw the question in the code.
Okay.
Which is pretty universal.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
how long did it take you to do that? When you said it's slow traffic. So it was 9:75 and nothing on, so I think I got up here. I definitely under 3 hours, but I would say at least 2.5 hours. Trying to figure out where to stay, because, had no idea. So, we're trying to place out there off the rest of the country. So I think I left around midnight and got up here 2:45.
well,
Just what exactly, so I definitely kind of, well, that's that was fun, so.
just a ballpark because we don't go down to Northport at all. Well, so we've been all very, very straightforward with each other, and for several times, I suspect it's more going on. We did do a release. Your son has been arrested for sexual battery. Your son was arrested for sexual battery. Essentially rape. Okay. And that's where we're at in this investigation right now.
Still active, so, I'm shocked, but,
So that's kind of why things are going to slow down a little bit.
understand.
We're gonna slow the pace down just a little bit. In that regard, not necessarily in regard of traffic. Okay. So we're gonna be executing a search warrant down there at the storage. No reason to break the law, but take a look.
So you need me there, actually.
Not necessarily. But they'll coordinate that. We'll coordinate with the storage unit and that. So that's kind of where we're at, and I'm pretty sure Jen already. So
Jen,
Jen does know, correct?
so
Jen knows that he's been arrested. Jen doesn't know anything about the incident itself.
she's a little more involved in, when did she share not?
Yeah, we're protected under law of disclosing victims. But we've had a long conversation and all that.
City council has your contact information. Just like that. What is your phone? What I'm gonna do, and that's the lead tech is on the case.
So you say city, so it's not,
Initially, we believe this is going to be their office. And at this,
What I'm gonna do, because this video is like 3 hours long, is we're gonna get through Stephen Stearns' father's interview, and then we'll do the mother's interview another day.
point, it's not looking it's going to get the same. Now, we are heavily involved while we're all here.
but you have two issues. One is this person that's a good distinction. And this is the city's,
Right. Right. So we're going to continue to remain involved. And I mean, that's the cement of it. That's it. But that's why we're at the Orange County Sheriff's Office today and not some
so that's what saying, for
eventually. Eventually. So initially, could be in Orange County and eventually over to Osceola.
is it important?
But right now, there's only one count.
Okay.
But the investigation is still unfolding, so there could be one.
Anticipating. Ask is that
Super still trying.
yeah, I think you understand that a little bit. First priority. Track to this crawfish. Understand there's others good house down there. So asset.
So, will, I mean, that,
Tammy, you never heard of this case with Madeline Soto? It's about 5 months old. The basics of this case is that Stephen Stearns, the guy you see on your left hand side on the screen, was dating Maddie Soto's mother off and on for about 7 years. On the 26th of February, he claims that he dropped her off near her school, her middle school, and went about his day. That afternoon, her mother, Jennifer, was at the school to pick her up, and she never came out. And she found out that Maddie had not been to school all day to any of her classes. So she reported her missing. She called the police and had to wait about 3 hours before they got there. So Maddie was reported missing around 8:30, February 26th. The police got a hold of Stephen's phone, and they found all kinds of perverted images of him doing things to Maddie in his Google Drive. He claims that he accidentally factory reset his phone twice that day, which of course we know that's intentional, that he did it trying to hide evidence. They ended up finding like 700 CP images, 1,700 CP images in his Google Drive. They arrested him for CSAM and for the things that he had done to Maddie. He caught 60 charges on that part. On the 1st of March, they found Maddie's body about 20 miles away from home, and he was eventually charged with her murder a couple of months later. And so now they're releasing information about different interviews that were done. And tomorrow's show is going to be a good one for you to catch, Tammy, if you trying to get familiar with this case, because tomorrow I'm going to be doing Maddie's mother's interviews, Jennifer Soto's interviews.
Probably. Yeah. So one of our guys is going to go down there and try to get this all facilitated in the next 24 hours. So and Northport, I believe they were gonna go talk to your wife and just make sure. Alright,
We say, it's no accessible, you know, by phone. As one of our, your everything, and obviously for Jennifer, that's us trying to. I don't know if she has family, but Jennifer has family, both. So we're trying to, I gotta get her back to Paul.
Right.
Is she free to go back to his house?
I'm not sure if we're still,
She's not gonna
processing that. Her car is the white Nissan.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have
I should have watched it, where's she supposed to swim about? Without sounding callous, I ideally would like to get the tennis to release her home back to her. Absolutely, I would be able to get shortly. So she could go back home tonight. Hopefully, she has to hopefully. What about the work that you have? What's the status of that?
that's still being processed.
I just want to be fair warning that it's the Pluto ambulance.
That's the cool ambulance.
Because we put the dogs in there for season or they just have a litter.
Yeah, Tammy, that's the case. That's the case.
But also sometimes they get too blood smeared on the seats and you really try to clean it up. So I don't want somebody to get too excited all of a sudden you know, we've got experts on the camp, so all that stuff. It's animal.
Okay. Well, what's that?
He doesn't have to answer that.
The cool ambulance.
You put these pads down, it's still there. Seats and we got
They're like kids, you know, they just poop and pee and vomit all over the place and you suspect it.
so this is simply been change 24 hours of change. I don't know what to say. That's that Stefan said that was. Well, he was, as far as I knew, he was going to pass out at 3 a.m. I didn't take any leave off the fashion, and then to find out that
Well, I can't imagine what's going through your head right now. Sympathize for you.
I just he's done this to himself, that has somebody else.
It's not unreasonable thought, not unreasonable at all.
I had no idea of it. The way he was, it's just like, I always told her to respect law enforcement, respect the law, but it appears that each society, they would have been the best. I mean, one time I got pulled over, I was going to hear this is the whole you got up from Wintergarten to Alpha, that's a long way. And I said, you don't want to accept it. And that was very, very professional. Apparently, he was driving out maybe a registration issue or something. So I had to go on the you know, it's like you were saying, you know, with the IRS and the loan Richard, don't fuck with that. They can't be the best.
Oh, they're cranky, you know, they're traffic guys, they're cranky.
And they check it. So I feel,
Yeah, knock on wood, right?
Okay. So you guys are going to arrange to get access to the storage.
Yes.
Okay. So you don't.
Yeah, we'll take care of that. Truly, my thought right now is if you're available for your family available for, that kind of thing right now and get some sleep. However hard that we'll let you know what may arise, if any. So we're trying to facilitate all this, so, just amount of discuss on intrusion in life.
The model home? The model home? 13. Well, Luis is gonna be, so no. So, and you look, it's good. It's a awesome. Good. Understand. And speaking for our St. Louis Department counterparts, they're not presently town. So I don't have a timeline for that. Actually, they're in communication with her. She may already know that. Is it? She's still out there. Should be. She called me earlier. So she's pregnant. Well, I mean, she's well. I mean, let's walk downstairs. This was just kind of a so I'm going to the office tomorrow and spend some time there. It's been down there. If we do, if you're back in Northport, that's an issue. We're going to have one of our detectives down there. If we need to leave on with you at some point, okay.
They give us county cars and county gas, so we drive.
And they have AC. Well, we had 480. Four windows out, 80,000. That's how you got the guy going 70 alone. I had to stop.
So, Mr. Stearns, we had a long conversation, two of them. Swear everything you told me is true?
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Well, we really appreciate it. Sorry that your son, where we're going this path.
Well, like I said, first of my wife last night, she got pretty close to me. But I said,
Well, you're going to have to deal with your social news, you're saying. I don't know, it's better to find out, for her to find out by looking at the news, or tell it for her.
I'm not sure you're down there. My greatest fear is that what we've experienced as far as program. Private person, I really, I'm not gonna say terrible. It's that, we frenzy that somebody wants the angle, hey, I got the hot story today. And I've already tried to keep that absolute, but expect that you may have a car throughout here.
I think your saving grace is that you're not in the you're in the Tampa market, I can only imagine. You're not Stearns isn't the most common last name, but it's not the most rare last name. And you're talking about a statewide search, they have to mind you. I'm not saying they're not good at their job, but I'm
out there in the public.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't be concerned about that until there's a problem. And if they're not putting your house, you can always call North Court and they can advise you, but if they're running a problem, just tell them or professional blowback or anything like that. It's tough for everybody to two together.
It's genuine. So he is Jim. Department. So my understanding is that she is
great. But that's a conversation I could probably have back.
That's just it. The rest of this, they do that. Small. I don't know. But you're telling me to have 7, that's illegal. 7. Went to sleep and slept out. Not long after we all said goodnight.
Can't, as a reasonable person, can't understand. There's no way you wrap your head around it that he's a huge doer. There's no way to experience public safety. There's just no way.
I mean, obviously, they can like that. There's something.
All right, let's get you out of here, Mr. Stearns, and try. Yeah.
Where's that? Go like that.
All right, so that's the end of that interview. That's going to be the end of the show for today. I will definitely be back tomorrow. About the same time, about noon or 12:30. The kids are doing really good. Bubby is in school now. She's in kindergarten this year. Gab is in her first year of middle school. She's adjusting to having to go to different classes instead of being in the same class all day. Tato is doing really good. She texts me and calls me a lot. They moved city, so they're not here with me anymore. They're about an hour away now. Yeah, the girls are doing really good, and I will tell them that you asked about them. And I'm not sure when they're gonna be back over here because, like I said, they're an hour away, and it is school time. So whenever they can get over here for like a weekend or whatever, I'll let them do a little something on the channel for you guys. All right, thanks, Rod, Tammy, my A1 day ones. I'm glad to see you, Tammy. I've been looking for you. I've been asking about you, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.